Hey, it's Tamara. Let's talk Bumble. Are you considering getting on Bumble as a dating app? So I'm going to tell you lots of tips and tricks to get started and what's unique about Bumble and why you might like this site. Stay tuned. When you're considering what online dating site you want to get on, you don't necessarily just want to Google best dating sites because you're not going to find an unbiased site. This is an unbiased video from my personal experience and the experience of my clients because Bumble isn't giving me a kickback of any kind, but all the other Google search results that you're going to find, those people are getting kickbacks from the people that they recommend. They haven't actually researched all the sites and looked at all the sites and actually ranked them. First, when you're trying to decide what type of site that you want to get on, you want to consider what age group are you interested in. You can look up Bumble, for instance, and see what their target market is. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that people outside that target age group aren't on that site. It just really depends on the preferences of the people in your area and what kind of app experience they're looking for, because a lot of times people are doing this on their phones. So just don't go by that, but it might be helpful for you to know, like Hinge is more typically designed for a younger crowd, or Tinder is designed for a younger crowd, and Match is designed for more relationship-minded people, and then Bumble is a good mix of things. You can certainly get on Bumble.com and look at all of their features and who they're targeting, their age groups, and also kind of region. The other thing that you want to think about is what kind of relationship are you looking for? So Hinge and Tinder are for casual relationships. Bumble is a mix of different people. So maybe you might enjoy that, having kind of a diverse crowd. Match is more relationship minded, eHarmony is more relationship minded. You also want to consider, like, what people are you interested in and what can you give to a relationship? You also want to consider your budget. How much are you willing to spend? Because there are sites that are free and then you get a lot more benefits with a paid membership. So this is one of those sites. You can do so many things on Bumble for free, but then you can do so much more if you invest in the paid subscription. So I'm going to go through the benefits of the free and then all the upgrades you'll receive if you go with the paid membership. You might really like Bumble because it has a completely different take as opposed to any other site. So Bumble is focused on the women's perspective. So the women are in charge, the women take the lead. If a woman doesn't like the guy first, he can't access her. This is a way to limit the traffic in your inbox, limit your communications, limit your matches, and go for exactly the men that you're interested in. And then they have the opportunity to respond to you once you reach out first. So guys like this, and so do women, because it's a unique experience. But because it's a unique experience, it's a little backwards. The roles get confused, and there's a lot of kind of confusion about how to proceed on this site. Okay, the woman showed interest. Now, do I get to step into the pursuer role now and pursue her like I normally would? Or do I wait back and then she does all the pursuing? So there's a lot of, I don't know if I should write. If I should write, is he going to write me? Is he going to pursue me? Is she going to take over? So I find that's quite difficult on this site to navigate because the guys really don't know what to do after the woman shows interest. She shows interest, he shows interest, and then people don't know what to do. But you might like it just because it's a completely different setup than the other sites. Just like with the other free apps, you can get on, make a profile, and then navigate the site to see if you like it. That is so helpful because if you get on and you've paid and you don't care for it, or if it's not user-friendly, especially on your phone, it's not for you. So go the free subscription route at first. The site will lead you completely through how to fill out your profile. Who are you interested in? What mileage? What age group? Tell me about yourself, and you'll just boom, boom, boom answer all these questions. It doesn't take long. And then if you don't want to invest a lot of time, maybe you're looking at 3 or 4 different dating sites, then just skip the description part, fill in all the rest, add a photo, and then kind of move on, and then start just navigating the site to see how you feel. Once you've launched your profile, you are ready to go, and then you will get presented matches. So Bumble, the system, presents matches to you. You can't search, you can't navigate on a free subscription. You go to the tab where they present your matches. It opens with a photo, and if you want, just swipe right or left. It's that easy. If you just want to look at the images, if you want to look at the profile, scroll up. Then you'll see the factual information, and then you'll see the description below that and more photographs if there are any. And just go and play with it, go through the matches, and if you swipe right, then the guy will have 24 hours to write you back. If he doesn't write you back, then he's lost the opportunity to communicate with you, unless he's got a paid subscription, in which case he can get more time. Like if he misses you, he's got a long day at work, he's traveling, he then can get you back, so to speak, and then message you after that time has expired. A disadvantage to this site, again, is that men might be on this site because they like it that the women takes the lead. So even though they might have that perspective, make sure you present yourself, and men, you present yourselves too as you truly are and how you want the relationship to be. So don't take the backseat, men, if you're not a backseat kind of guy. If you're a pursuer, pursue the woman still, okay? And ladies, if you're not an aggressive type woman, don't present yourself that way on this site, even though you might feel the pressure to have to be the one that does the pursuing and all the messaging and all the communicating. Then it's really confusing once you guys get off the site and you're together. Then how do you communicate and navigate your new dating relationship when you haven't been yourself this whole time? So that's going to be confusing for both of you. The great thing is that when you're going through this initial free subscription and you're presented the matches, you get an immediate message you matched, which is really exciting. You then have to write a message to him right away so he has something to reply to. So you only have 24 hours to message him. So if you just want to say yes to your matches in the morning and then in the evening write the messages, that's fine. But again, you're on that 24-hour time clock on a free subscription, and then they will expire. Once they're launched to the guy, he will have 24 hours to reply to you. Unless he's on a paid subscription, he will have more time. If there's a lot of people on Bumble in your area, which there probably are in your age group, whatever your age group is, because this is a popular site, you will get new matches every day. And the amount of matches you get is just dependent on the popularity in your area. So you'll get maybe 8 a day, and then the next day you'll get more. And sometimes if you're on in the morning and then later that night, you'll get 1 or 2 more. The next day you'll get more, and then possibly that next evening you'll get 1 or 2 more. So as the pool runs out, as you sort through all the matches and you get to the end, then you'll have less and less matches, and they'll be further and further away or beyond your parameters, beyond your age group, things like that, just so that the system can continue to make you offers. The nice thing about this site too is a site like Match.com, you have unlimited search, unlimited matching opportunities. And so for people that are overwhelmed by a site and kind of want to limit the time that it takes and kind of make this more time friendly, and also kind of balance the communication once you start with people, can be kind of overwhelmed to be always presented with a lot of new matches. So the great thing about this site too, if you're somebody that likes to limit their experience, then you're only going to get a certain amount of matches a day, and therefore you're only communicating with so many people at a time, so it won't get too overwhelming for you like some of the other sites. So that's the free subscription. It's not a complicated site. It's one of the more simpler ones, more user-friendly, so that's nice. You want to try out the free subscription first. If it feels right, then please go back. You need to devote all your time to your photos. The primary photos, your most important. Get on there, have somebody look at it with you. What you think is your best photo is likely not your best photo. Have other people go through it with you. As you start chatting with people, ask for feedback. What's your favorite photo, or what kind of photo should I add on? Second thing you want to devote your time to after the fabulous photos, and you need a full-length shot, headshots. Be careful what's in the background of your photo. Please be smiling. You need to be smiling so people want to message you. Description is next. You want to invest in your description. It needs to be playful, fun, have your hobbies, any interesting information for you, like maybe you work half the time in Florida and half the time in Wisconsin, or you're on an oil rig 6 months a year, or you are moving to North Carolina. I work third shift. Anything that people would really want to know. You have 100% custody of your 16 kids. Make it fun, inviting, intriguing. You want to stand out. Really just 3 paragraphs should be enough to get people intrigued and interested. So fill out the factual part completely. put it in a treating description. And now if you decide to do the paid subscription, you can stay on the free. Do all those tips I just said if you decide to stay on the free. If you want to move on to the paid, here's what you'll get. One of the things that you don't see on the free subscription is who likes you, because the men are presented with all the matches, and not at once, but they're presented with the matches that they swipe right if they like you. And then you can't see if you didn't like them, you don't know who swiped right on you. You might reconsider if you did see that. On a paid subscription, you're going to be able to see everyone that swiped right on you, everyone that likes you, whether they're in your parameters or outside of your parameters. That's really cool. You can also rematch with those expired connections. Remember how I said you only have 24 hours to make that a first initial message, ladies, and then the man has 24 hours to message you back or the time expires. If you're a paid member, you get to have longer than 24 hours or do a rematch to connect with him beyond the 24 hours. And the guy, if he's a paid member, also has that same privilege. That's really nice. You don't have the same pressure then to be online all the time every day. You can also extend your matches. Like you can say right after you match with someone that you want to extend that time. So you don't have to go to through the trouble of a rematch. You can just extend it right from the beginning and make it longer than 24 hours. Ooh, let's say you swipe left on someone you actually like. On a paid subscription, you can backtrack and correct that and swipe right, because there have been many times I've made that mistake, and because you don't have search capacity on this site, you can't get them back on a free subscription. You have to wait for them the whole pool to recycle, which could be, weeks or months. You also get unlimited swipes, which is really nice. So there's a lot more freedom on the paid subscription. You have a lot more capacity than with most dating apps on the free. But the perks are so great that you might really want to consider the paid, like unlimited swipes. You can put yourself in the spotlight, which is kind of like a boost on some other sites where your profile goes to the top, you're highlighted, you are shown to more people and highlighted to them again in case they missed you the first time, or maybe you want to spotlight yourself after you've put on new photos and put on a better description. You want to relaunch yourself and put yourself back out there, because that could really, those new photos and that new description could make all the difference. You have 5 super swipes a week. That means you super like someone, and 5 is a good number. So that's kind of fun. And it's a way to let someone know that I not just like you, but I think we're a really good match. Also, use advanced filters, and that's nice too. If you're really particular, you know precisely what you want, what you're looking for, or you're particular about distance, age, those kinds of things, you can really kind of move forward to advanced degree with these advanced filters. That can save you a lot of time too. I love filters, and I love being able to change up some of those things. Your advanced filters, you can change them anytime you want. So it's not this week you want to limit yourself, and then the next week you decide, I'm going to change a couple of those things. It's just kind of fun to see the different types of people that you get. Oh, if you want to be kind of mysterious in your search, you can activate your incognito mode for more privacy. If you're somebody that's well known, or you want to be especially particular, or you want to not have people know that you're on the site, but you want access to all the privileges. You can also go in travel mode. So when you're traveling around the country, if you're someone that travels a lot, or maybe you're in a certain city frequently, you can turn on travel mode. That way you can be meeting people all over the United States or the world, because once you activate in travel, you will appear wherever you're at. So people that come to my part of the country and it doesn't say where they live on their profile, then I have no idea. Do they live here? Are they traveling here? Are they popping by? It does say, though, on the very bottom, if you scroll all the way down, if they're in travel mode or not. So you're just going to have to ask them. But it is neat if you want to meet people around the country as you travel. Those are the perks of the paid subscription. So give that some thought. Try out the free. You like it. Look at the benefits of the paid, and then check out my blog, because all this is written down for you guys, so you don't have to take notes. Check out the benefits of the free and the paid, and then see what suits you better. You can also get on 2 sites for free and see which one you prefer, because I've also done reviews for Zoosk and Match.com, and then I will also be putting one on for Hinge. So try them out. See what you like the best. You're going to see the different variety of people that are on these sites. Choose the one that seems like it has a better selection for you. And of course, on the paid subscriptions, you can select 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. You're going to get a lot more value if you sign up for a longer term like 6 months. But if you decide you've used up all the matches in your area on the app, you don't need 6 months. You need 1, 2, or 3 maybe. It's such a crapshoot. I know it's a tough decision. So just consider your budget and give it some thought. Bumble costs $19.99 a week, $39.99 for a month, or $76.99 for 3 months. So as you can tell, you're getting a little bit more the longer that you subscribe. So it really just depends on how much you love the site. If you really love it, after you try it for free and you want to do the paid, sign up for 3 months then if you're certain that you love it. Over 20% of committed relationships start online. That's 20%, that's a lot. But also tons more dates than that. So you're really going to have success and more luck once you're online dating, because let's face it, right now, it's really tough to in-person date. People are more guarded. They're used to social distancing. It's just a lot more user-friendly right now, and you have access to so many more people when you online date. So give it a try. If you don't love it, it's awkward, get my dating roadmap, because I know it can be a little bit scary if you've been out of the dating scene for a while. So get on my website, true-connection.net. I can coach you too, of course, but if you want my 13-page dating roadmap, tips and tricks to online dating, in-person dating, and all answers to all those burning questions that you have about dating and the common mistakes people make, yes, for just $19, you get a 13-page guidebook to get you started. Because let's get you started off on the right foot. I don't want you accidentally pushing away matches. We can rectify just a few little things, and then you'll have much better luck. But your photos are number one, then your description. So really focus on those. Another thing you're going to love about Bumble is that once you know you're not a good match with someone, you can unmatch with them, and that conversation goes out of your queue. You might want to leave it in your queue though, because if you start chatting with a lot of people, you might forget that you've already chatted and forget the reason that you are not a good match. So sometimes I just leave people in my queue just because it's kind of hard after a while to remember all the particulars about all these people. So consider that, have some fun, be honest, you guys, put your best foot forward, get out there, take a chance. You have nothing to lose, guys, really. You really have nothing to lose. Have fun. You can do this, guys. Get on my dating roadmap. I'll put a link in the description, and that will get you started on the right foot.